All right, so we just got done showing you what Noble Vanquish did, pulling off the surprise upset not only of Curse, but also Team Caliber, as Noble Vanquish was able to go on to finish 6th place. The reason they didn't finish higher, though, is they lost their consolation match to the next team we're about to highlight, Most Wanted. Now, coming into the start of the season, Most Wanted was actually under the name FaZe Red. Classic, the only member from that FaZe Red to stick around, had to fill up some new roster spots, and he went after some very talented players. We saw Slacked and Spacely join up with this team, as well as Huddle. And this trio, it's not our first time seeing them together. They first teamed together at the MLG Winter Championship way back for Black Ops 2 at Columbus under Unite Gaming, where they finished 2nd place. That's back when they had Clayster on the team, and back when Clayster had a ponytail and glasses. Now, you see them a little bit later, also in Black Ops 2, at the PAX Prime Invitational. They did finish top 4 there under the name FaZe, but were not able to get much farther. Now under the name Most Wanted, playing Call of Duty Ghosts, the trio is back together, climbing quickly in Season 3, and looking to make a statement on LAN. And a statement they did. After their first matchup against Strictly Business, Most Wanted had to face off against Optic Nation, the #1 seed in the tournament according to Pro Points. Things got off to a hot start as we saw right away Most Wanted take the domination game from them 166 to 132. From there, it was S&D in favor of Optic Nation. Not a huge surprise as Optic Nation took that 6-4. But there's still 2 more Respawn game modes to play, and now we're going to take a look at that 3rd game of Blitz.
I got one. I got two.
Watch out. Push up left. Push up left.
I got three. Let's go.
Last kid's left somewhere. Might be in diner.
Yeah, they're gonna spawn up. I'm not running for this. Help me out.
Yeah, I'm holding that. Diner alley.
Go for it.
Go in. Get right.
Last one mirror.
I got bottom G's.
He's behind me. He came right. Two guys came right.
That's fine.
I'm just holding right.
Hold right. Big hole right there. Ooh, nice little listening. 18 more.
I still got right.
One
F. 18 more enemy.
Left side.
Big win right. Right. Don't worry about it.
Ricky.
Alright, we gotta go back for
it. Let's go. Left. Come on me left.
Stop him.
Let's go. That's fine. One's at white car. Let's go. Come on, push up. Let's go. Come left me. I'm smoking.
Red car Bose. No, he's not dead.
He's on the flag.
He's not coming dinosaur. I'm here.
Nick, I'm coming down, Nick.
I'm stunned over here.
I don't see this full.
I need help.
You know, not the most intense communication there from the Most Wanted squad. It's more like casual chatter.
Right, but you see, Classic, he's able to, really tell his teammates where they need to go. And you also heard when Huddle got that pretty insane 3-piece, he knew that they were spawning out, and he called. He's like, teammates, I'm going to wait for you. And they were able to, trade those kills right there, and he was able to get that easy cap. And, that's what separates, scoring 1 cap as opposed to not getting that cap and then getting counter capped. Taking that time and not just running for the goal and being crazy, just, planning it out accordingly.
Yep, and here comes another push. Both of them are going to be shut down. This is going to be Classic and Slack trying to push down on the far left side of the map here. Optic Nation all turtled up in their base. No one in a spot to OE at all. As finally Optic Nation, they're going to try to pinch here on Classic, but this is really just buying Most Wanted so much time to kind of get into their base.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. I mean, Classic right there buying so much time that the Optic Nation players are afraid to, overextend on the map or push up because, they don't want to let one of those players get by. You see Spacely, he's going to have 2 players in front of him right here on the goal. He's going to have to make a play. 12 seconds left. He's going to try and get.
All right, guys, so we're going to cut this one short. I know you guys all want to get to the roster discussions, but I set up the interview, so we're going to go ahead and cut straight to that. Most Wanted goes on to win the Blitz. They go on to win Strike Zone Domination and beat Optic Nation. From there, though, they ran into Envious, got 3-0'd in the winner's bracket semifinal, falling to a place where they had to play in for top 4. In that matchup, though, they ran into Optic Gaming, and it was Optic Gaming shutting it down 3-1. But Most Wanted on LAN at Dallas finished in our top 5, and that's why I brought Spacely on the show right now. Spacely, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How about you, man?
Really good. Today has been a little bit insane. Twitter, my phone, everything has been blowing up all day long. How about you? Has it been pretty quiet on your end, or are you guys in the mix with the conversations?
Well, there's some rumors going on that I recently just heard about, probably like past 15 minutes, but it hasn't been too much involving with us. You know, I just woke up and seen that Karma wasn't, he announced that stuff, and then other things were going on, but there's a lot going on in the scene right now, and everyone's anxious to find out what it is, so I know everyone's going crazy trying to figure out what's going on.
I wanted to ask you, man, we just got done kind of talking about this trio, Spacely, Slacked, and Huddle, and kind of the success that you have seen with this team. We're already seeing you guys kind of climb your way back into Season 3 for the online play. What was this first LAN tournament like with this trio back together?
It was great, just, you know, getting back on LAN and having the experience to play in that atmosphere again. This past weekend, my 3 teammates played amazing. If I do say so myself, I had a pretty average event, so it felt really great knowing that my teammates are still going to be playing at the top of their level, and if I just stepped it up, that we had the opportunity to beat Envy or beat Optic, and we just fell short in those 2 games, and it felt like it could go on either way if I just stepped it up, and it's a great feeling knowing that your 3 other teammates are going to be there to pick up your slack when you're not playing the way you should.
Well, they had your back all weekend long, and my question for you is, who did best? Because I tuned in a number of times throughout the weekend. I'd see either Huddle on top of the leaderboard, Classic on top of the leaderboard, Slacked on top of the leaderboard. Who out of the 3 would you say was the team's MVP?
I don't know. It was crazy. It was like everyone had their own maps. You know, Slacked had the best KD on our team. He was playing consistently well the whole event. Even when we were getting destroyed by Envy, he still managed to drop like 31 on the Sovdom. But if I had to say one person, it'd probably be Huddle. The numbers he was dropping, he dropped like 31 against Optic with 10 caps on Strike Zone, I think. And the things he just does while getting that great KD and then dropping the objective stats helped me out in that category as well is just amazing to see.
Well, the chat wants me to ask you, of course, do you see this team sticking together with all the roster mania going on? Is there someone you have your eyes on, or is this the crew that we're going to see for the remainder of Season 3?
100% the team staying how it is. You know, I teamed with Slacked and Huddle in the past, and then I kind of went my own way, and I kind of regret that. Seeing this past weekend how well we play together, and I don't want that to change anytime soon, so we're definitely sticking the way it is.
I like it, man. You guys are slowly improving, and I think you'll catch a lot of people off guard if you keep grinding. So let's talk about your competition. You had to play 3 of the top 4 teams. You had to face off against Envy, who went on to get 2nd place. You beat Optic Nation, who went on to get 3rd place, and you lost to Optic Gaming 3-1, who finished 4th. Out of those 3 teams, who was the most difficult in your opinion, and who was the easiest for you?
The hardest to start off with is definitely Envy. Their play style just matches. It just counters ours in a way that it's really hard for us to do what we like to do. We play a very aggressive play style that we're just continuously applying pressure to the other team, and we would get caught with them just pre-aiming, and then like all of a sudden they just hit us, all 4 of them, and really just play as a team in the right situations. And they just countered us very well, and we couldn't really do much. We played them our first game Saturday, and they just played extremely well, and we didn't know what to do with it. Personally, I felt like I should have played a little bit more slower, you know, pre-aimed more gunfights instead of trying to play that running gun that we like to do. But that was the best team that we played that event. Easiest, I don't want to take shots here, but obviously if we lost to Envy and Optic Gaming, and the only team that we beat out of those teams you just brought up is Optic Nation, I'd have to say that was the easiest team that we played.
And what was kind of the difference between playing Optic Nation and then playing a team like Optic Gaming or Envy?
Definitely slaying power. This is the kind of thing I want to talk about, and a lot of rumors been going on with it. I think Optic Nation really needs someone like Karma, and I'm not saying that they're going to go after Karma, but I think that's someone they need. That's someone that they should acquire, because they don't have the slaying power. Like, yeah, they'll consistently place top 4 every event because they have that chemistry and that bond to get the objective work done together. But when it comes down to playing these teams like Envy and all these slaying, like Denial, teams like that, they consistently have slaying power across the board out of all 4 players, and that's what they struggle with. And when a team's just out slaying you to the point where you can't even get out of your base, there's really not that much you could do when it comes down to objective work. So I definitely feel like Optic Nation definitely needs that one player that could, give them a little boost in the slaying department.
So at the end of that blitz, that first half, Miracles had 15 kills. There was about 40 seconds left, and the rest of his team combined had like 15 kills.
Yeah.
If you're going to pick one player to replace Karma with or bring in a new player with a lot of slaying power, who gets the boot, man? Because this is where the team changes get difficult.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. That whole team it's a very weird team. Not in the sense that they're bad or anything, but just the way they play. It'd be very hard to choose a player because they all have that one, like something that they bring to the team, like Killer with his mastermind, calling shots, Bose with his aggressive play style and working on the objective, and then Ricky's that slow AR player that is always like sort of like the anchor, always having their backs going into situations, and it's just a very tough decision to base when you're not on the team yourself. I think that's something more that you'd have to figure out of one of the players that are on the team, feeling what they need day in and day out. So that'd be all on them to choose. But I definitely think they need some more slaying power on that team.
So not making you throw anyone under the bus, who do you think Karma's playstyle matches up closest to?
Probably, I wouldn't say Bose. Bose is that aggressive sub. Karma's more of a slayer. They need someone like Bose that could get the objective work done. He gets thrown under the bus every once in a while because he doesn't have these slaying numbers, but he gets the objective work done. So I'd probably say probably Ricky.
All right, so that's your take on that situation. Of course, there's so many different theories of where Karma's going to land, and we'll be talking about that in depth in our next segment. But Spacely, I wanted to thank you for coming on this show. Before we let you go, we got to talk about Season 3. Go ahead and skip to the final graphic in the show, Will. We have our Season 3 standings at the moment. You guys went 1-1 last night. You've been slowly climbing your way back into the top 8. Right now, you're actually at 9th, at 6-10. Halfway through this season, how much higher can you guys get on this leaderboard?
I feel like we could definitely get into the top 5 very soon. We really hurt ourselves in the beginning of the season. We went 0-4 playing with not this roster that we've been playing with, but we were using Saint. Instead, we were replacing him with Slacked or Huddle in 2 matches each. So that really hurt us. We had a slow start with trying to do that, and then we realized this is the roster we need. And ever since then, we went even. I'm pretty sure we went 5-5. So we just need to get those 2-0 days under our belts, and then we'll proceed into the top 5 in the standings.
Final question for you, Spacely. Honest answer, who are your top 3 people to make moves after all this roster madness?
Well, from what Twitter looks like, it looks like maybe Optic Gaming's doing something with Clay. Maybe Saints. I don't know. It'd be dumb for Denial to make a change. And who else? Envy. Formal, maybe. I don't know. Formal likes to. He has a little thing going on where he wants to get on every top team in the game, so maybe we'll see something. I don't know. It's Call of Duty. Anything can happen.
Anything and everything will happen. Spacely, thank you for coming on the ESR. Guys, on the other side of this commercial break, I'll be talking with Benson. We'll break down all the recent Twitter madness, what you're seeing on our COD Reddit, and everywhere else in the Call of Duty world as the roster mania following another event is going down. We'll be right back.